let's talk about it. As you guys know, Canelo Alvarez versus Caleb Plant for undisputed super middleweight is going to go down this coming Saturday. Uh, where am I going to watch it? That remains a mystery. Maybe I might go to either Straw Hats and Hayward on Industrial, or maybe VJ's in Alameda. But I could watch it from home. I could order it, but more than likely I'm gonna be out and about watching it. So you know what I'm saying, see what's up with Bad Saucy Boxing. Usually I'm gonna watch it with him or something. So we'll see what's happening. But yeah, I'm really excited about this fight. I got a lot of boxing talk to get underway before I get to the house. So I'm gonna try to do some rapid fire and try to get as much boxing talk in as possible. But this whole stream is gonna be dedicated to boxing, and I'm gonna do a Zion Williamson video. Oh man, oh man, I was worried about this happening, and it looked like it's happening with him. He looks extremely overweight. So, but we'll see what's up. But anyway, with that being said, let's begin. So, as you guys know, the showdown is going down between Canelo and Caleb Plant. I'm going to break down this fight probably either the eve of the fight or the day of the fight. Break down how Caleb Plant can win the fight and how Canelo could win the fight. I think it'll be a good fight, but I think this fight is going to be more strategic the first few rounds versus, bombs away. Hey, what's up, Gino? So I think the first few rounds is going to be a chess match. I think it's not going to be bombs away. So I think it'll be a good, solid fight, but is it going to be ranked among classic fights? Is it going to end up like Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury 3? I doubt it very seriously. But I'm not going to lie to you. A lot of people, they don't want to admit it, but a lot of people secretly believe that Caleb Plant has an exceptional chance of winning this fight. And you gonna see towards the eve of the weigh-in, or the eve or fight day, fight night, whatever you want to call it. You're gonna start seeing some people that's gonna start saying, I think Caleb Plant is gonna pull off the other. I'm gonna break it down. I know exactly how Caleb Plant can beat Canelo. And I've been seeing how he's been training. The job going into Marquez Pacquiao 4, and a lot of people laughed at me, and people said, who you think gonna win this fight? I said Manny Pacquiao is gonna get knocked out. I said Juan Manuel Marquez is gonna knock Manny Pacquiao out with an overhand right, and I say Manny Pacquiao gonna run right into it, and lo and behold, I see they playing with my stream, but we gonna keep it going. We gonna keep it cracking like pistachios. So, a lot of interesting things have happened over the past week. As you guys know, this is like my real first live stream talking boxing. Now, as you guys know, the Rolly situation, that's unfortunate for everybody involved. Like I said before, I was gonna play that situation by ear. I wasn't gonna jump down Rolly's throat until I had more information. And no, I do not believe in that catchphrase, believe all women, because that's complete BS. You know what I'm saying? That's what got Emmett Till taken out. So no, I don't believe all women. That's the biggest crock of that I ever heard. But it's looking like Rolly is going to be possibly out. They may let Rolly fight, but then they may not. Because this could be a dog and pony show just to stall because it's November the 1st now. All they got to do is try to wait this out like another month and some change. Because you hear names like JoJo Diaz, Devin Haney, from what I heard, is offered to replace Rolly. Now, I find it puzzling that all of a sudden JoJo Diaz name popped up because, yeah, that guy too. I find it mighty strange that JoJo Diaz name popped up because from what I was told, that he's already signed his contract to face Devin Haney either December the 3rd or December the 4th. So I don't know how you could get out of one fight and go to another one, because at the end of the day, that's breach of contract. The only way you could pull that off if, Devin Haney would be compensated. And you would have to do some other stuff in between. I just was, I think this is Floyd just being Floyd, because, Floyd is good at this kind of stuff. Because I just don't see how they would be able to, I'm just keeping it a buck, I just don't see how they would be able to pull this off. Because it was announced that JoJo Diaz signed his contract. So I'm like, how could he get out of this fight when he signed a contract and moved to another fight? So I believe, the other guy whose name they've been mentioning is going to be, I think this is just, I think this is just talk. But I haven't really heard anything officially from the PBC that Rolly is going to be out. This is just a rumor. Because let's just face the fact, I got to keep it 100, and I'm going to say what people are afraid to say. Rolly hasn't been charged yet. He hasn't been arrested. So why should he be? I'm just keeping it a buck. Why should he be pulled from the fight? There haven't been any arrests. They haven't been, you know what I'm saying? None of that stuff. All you have is a bunch of hearsay and accusations. So that's all I'm saying. Like I said, I'm playing this by ear. I'm not finna condemn Rolly, like I said, until I have more facts, until there's actually arrests made and all this kind of stuff, until I see affidavits and all this kind of stuff. I'm not finna rush to judgment on Rolly. And that's just the bottom line. Okay, and I'm just keeping it a buck. Oh yeah. And then also we approximately a little bit under 3 weeks away from Sean Porter versus Bud. I'm really looking forward to that fight. So I'll be there. Well, I gotta be there because I went and bought plane tickets and got a hotel room, so I gotta be there. Now, if they give me, I'm waiting to see what they gonna do with the press credential thing. But I'm not banking on no press credential, because I'm not gonna lie to you. PBC be acting real funny with me when it comes. PBC and Magna Media be acting real funny with me when it comes to press credentials. So really don't have no problem with Top Rank. So all I got to do if I want to cover a Top Rank fight, all I got to do is call Evan, or, what I'm saying, or email Sieta. And more than likely, if I want to go, I'll be able to go. I got a press credential for Shakur Stevenson, versus Jamel Herring. So, now let me talk about this past weekend's fights. I thought that was really, wait a minute. You taking Caleb Plant by unanimous decision? I'm trying to figure out which direction should I go, because I have all these visions in my head. I can see Caleb Plant outboxing Canelo and winning. unanimous decision or a controversial split decision. I can see Canelo possibly stopping Caleb Plant. And see, here's the thing. This is funny. For some reason, I don't believe Canelo is going to beat Caleb Plant by a decision. I believe that Canelo, if he wins this fight, he's going to stop Caleb Plant. But the funny thing is, I believe Caleb Plant, if he wins this fight, it'll be by either a split decision or it'll be by a narrow unanimous decision. That's the only scenario I see this fight going. I don't see Canelo going the distance with Caleb Plant and winning on a decision. I just see him, if he wins, I just see him stopping Caleb Plant. I will be surprised if Caleb Plant loses to Canelo by a decision. I believe if Caleb Plant loses, he's going to get stopped. And I know Andre Ward said that he believes Caleb Plant is going to stop Canelo. Canelo got a good chin, and I can't even lie about that. I think it would be highly unlikely if Caleb Plant comes out of nowhere and he stops Canelo Alvarez. I would be, like I said, I would be shocked. But going into this fight, what's so funny, like I said, people are starting to believe in Caleb Plant, and I'm keeping it a buck. A lot of people is starting to believe in Caleb Plant. You see the swagger, you see the confidence, you see his ability. So like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if Caleb Plant pulls this off. If this fight is on the up and up, I really do see Caleb Plant being able to pull this off. And of course, I'm going to talk about possible fights, whether they're going to be on the up and up. And that's the upcoming fight with Fake Paul and Tommy Fury. Now let's get to the Jamal James fight. I think Caleb Plant is coming into that fight to win. I don't think he gonna lay down. I think Caleb Plant is all business. I think Caleb Plant is really coming in there to win that fight. This ain't Yurderman. This ain't, you know what I'm saying? This ain't Smith. This ain't Sergey Kovalov, where, you know, they came in there to just lie down. You know, I really see Caleb Plant coming in there to win that fight. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, he's going to be bigger. He's going to be stronger. I think he's just as fast as Canelo. Because, I mean, Caleb Plant, here's the thing with Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant got good hand speed. He got good footwork. Canelo has always struggled with elusive fighters. This is why I believe that the first few rounds is going to be, like, very interesting. I just don't think it's going to be bombs away. I really don't think the fight... I really don't think this fight is going to be something that we're going to be talking about for years to come. I think it's going to be a basic... It can end up being a basic Canelo fight where either he stops Caleb Plant or he struggles and you know, but I just don't see Canelo winning this fight by decision. I just think if he wins, he's going to stop Canelo. I mean, excuse me, he's going to stop Caleb Plant. But let me get back to the Jamal James fight. Now, everybody is talking about whether the stoppage was premature. This is my thing. Jamal James kept fighting. It didn't look like he was on the verge of being knocked down. He was taking some shots, but he kept fighting. This isn't... You can't compare this fight to Shakur Stevenson versus Jamel Herring. Shakur Stevenson versus Jamel Herring was a one-sided fight. Jamel Herring, he was down. It was a one-sided fight. So that's why I understood why the referee the trigger and stopped fighting. Beat down. Bo Mack is my guy. T. Crawford is my guy. But you got to tell the truth. It was a one-sided fight. I didn't have Herring winning one round. He was taking a lot of punishment. It was getting to the, like I said, it was getting to the point to where it was just, you was kind of wondering when was the referee gonna pull the trigger? Because I'm watching the fight, I'm at my, I'm watching the fight, and I'm at my desk or whatever, I'm at my desk and I'm talking to another guy. I could tell by the fourth, I said Shakur Stevenson is gonna stop here. So that's the difference between Shakur Stevenson and Jamal James. Jamal James was throwing punches throughout the fight. Even though the other guy was roughing him up, he was roughing him up. He was landing a lot of lead lefts. But James was in the fight. He was throwing punches continuously. And I know Jamal James took his loss like a man. He didn't say, hey, I could have went on. He just said, hey, I'll return. Now, what I think is going to happen is they're going to put that guy in the ring with Boots. And I think Boots is going to demolish that guy. Oh, that fight is going to happen. See, what you don't know, quiet is kept. If Jamal James won that fight, they was going to put him in the ring with Boots. So here we go with the Buffett again. What I think is going to happen, this is going to possibly be a co-feature. It might be the co-feature when Errol Spence returns, or they may just make this some kind of main event, and they're going to put this on Showtime. They may bring this fight to Philly. I hope they do, because if they bring that fight to Philly, I'm definitely going to go to that fight. I'm definitely going to go to that fight. But they are going to put that dude in the ring with Boots. I promise you. That will surely be the next fight. I'm like The Rock. I damn near guarantee it. You know what I'm saying? And Boots is going to demolish that guy. You looking at Boots, and the eye test says that he's the goods. I mean, he got Delome out of there in one round, but you got to understand are behind him. They put him in the ring with Boots so Boots can stop him. So he did his thing. But looking at Boots Ennis, from what I see, he got power. He got power in both hands. He got good hand speed. He got excellent hand speed. He got good footwork. Defense is defense is as good as it can be right now for a 24-year-old. I feel like he can improve on defense, because I done seen in a couple of his other fights, you can land an overhand right on him or a lead right on him. But besides that, everything looks official. And I know he called out Errol Spence. And I know he been saying a lot of these guys is on his radar. You have to understand, a guy like Boots, that's a dude that they want to make him the next wave. So he probably ain't gonna get the Terrence Crawfords or the Errol Spence. Now, I do believe that they gonna find somebody to sacrifice against him. They may ask Danny Garcia, because I'm looking at Boots. By him being 5'10", and based off his build, Boots is probably going to move up at least. I see Boots going all the way up to possibly probably 160. I see him going to 160, because the way his frame is, I think he can fight effectively at 160, still have his power. I feel he might be even stronger as he move up in weight. Well, I'm just telling you now, Timmy, I don't think he's going to see those type of dudes, because at the end of the day, they still want to try to market Errol Spence. They still want to try to, sell Errol Spence as the pay-per-view star, even though Errol Spence really ain't no pay-per-view star. Because if you really want to go by numbers, if you want to technically go by numbers and tell the honest to God truth, Deontay Wilder is a bigger pay-per-view star than Errol Spence, and Deontay Wilder's numbers don't lie. Deontay Wilder pay-per-view sales have done 3 times more than what Errol Spence has done. Errol Spence had 3 pay-per-view fights, if I'm not mistaken. He hasn't even cracked 1 million. Deontay Wilder in 4 pay-per-view fights have did, at least from my knowledge, he's did anywhere between 1.9 to 2 million pay-per-views, depending on the numbers. So technically, Deontay Wilder is a bigger pay-per-view star than Errol Spence. And I know the Errol Spence apologists ain't gonna want to hear this, but I'm just telling the truth. And I know somebody go listen to this video and talk about, well, what about buzz numbers? We ain't talking about buzz numbers. I'm just talking about pay-per-view numbers. I never said Bud was a pay-per-view star. But I'm just telling the truth, technically, who's the real pay-per-view star. Numbers don't lie. Well, they can be inflated. So I'm just keeping it a buck. Deontay Wilder did anywhere from 200,000 to 300,000. His first fight with Tyson Fury, something like that. Okay, he did 200,000 versus Luis Ortiz. He did 200,000 versus Luis Ortiz. So if you add 300,000 plus additional 200,000, that's already 500,000. He did 800,000 versus Tyson Fury in the second fight. So that's 1 million. What is that? 800,000. Okay, that's like 1.3. Then they said he did an additional 700,000 in the third fight with Tyson Fury. So that's 2 million pay-per-view buys. That's 2 million pay-per-view buys. Okay, to Errol Spence's, they said he did what? He did what? 200,000, 250 versus Danny Garcia. He did somewhere between 300,000 versus Sean Porter. So you basically have 500,000 and a half. Then they said he did like 300,000 versus Mikey Garcia. So you only have 800,000 total pay-per-views. So Deontay Wilder is way ahead of Errol Spence. So, as they say in the classic movie The Mac, motherfucker, can you buy that? So I'm just keeping it 100. Like I told you, I don't follow no script. I don't care if people get mad at me when I say this stuff. I don't care if you know what I'm saying, the truth be told. Tell me where I'm lying. So I ain't worried about, I already know some clown gonna come over here, some Terrence Crawford ain't even brought up Terrence Crawford. What about with Bud? And like I said, we ain't talking about Bud. We talking about 2 PBC fighters. I guess I'm a coon, huh? I guess that'll make me a coon, huh? Even though Deontay Wilder is black and Errol Spence is black. But I guess somebody go say I'm a coon. But whatever, man. So I'm just telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? That's just real talk. But yeah, getting back to Boots, yeah, everything looked good with him. The super fight down the line would be Boots versus Virgil Ortiz. The classic black and brown matchup, but I think Boots would destroy Virgil Ortiz. When I say that Boots would lump Virgil Ortiz up, Virgil Ortiz, I think he would humiliate Virgil Ortiz. I think Virgil Ortiz would get hit with punches he wouldn't even see coming. He would get hit with punches he wouldn't even be able to react to. But let me tell you what they gonna do. They gonna The funny thing is, people ain't gonna push for that fight. I promise you, because you know what they gonna say. They gonna hit you with that famous BS line. Oh, what does Virgil Ortiz versus it is, or what does it is bring to the table? Well, an ass whooping for Virgil Ortiz. And to be honest with you, most of the fans, and you know which fans I'm talking about, they gonna say that because they don't believe Virgil Ortiz could beat Ennis. I think Ennis would. When I say he would smoke Virgil Ortiz, I think it would be, like I said, I think it would be a one-sided fight probably after the second round. Now, Ortiz would have a puncher's chance because Ortiz do have power, but I think Ennis would tear him apart. And you know, a certain demographic of fans ain't gonna call for that fight because they know the outcome in reality. Just like they really ain't calling for Shakur Stevenson versus Oscar Valdez, because in all reality, they know the outcome of that fight. Even though I thought it was boxing, even though I thought the best should be fighting the best. Now, they're talking about that Shakur Stevenson may fight Michelle Brissett. Which, okay, I kind of get that. I kind of understand, because you want to see, before you make the matchup, you want to do comparisons. I understand that. You want to see the comparison. But I think Shakur Stevenson is going to stop Brissett too. I think Shakur Stevenson is on this mission where he want to get stoppages. I think he's just ready to, like, get dudes up out of there. I don't think he tried to do the, win by decision thing, because you see what he did to Herod. And I was like, and something told me that Shakur Stevenson was going to go in there. I wasn't even shocked by that. I wasn't even shocked by the outcome. Oh, I'm gonna break down that fight. When I say I'm gonna go all out, what's on the line? Because a lot is on the line. He gonna stop Brissett. He gonna stop him. He gonna beat him down. He gonna beat him into submission. Well, Timmy, I can tell you why she was upset. I get it too, because Shakur Stevenson kind of was out of character. He wanted to develop like this heel persona, which, and you know what, that bothers me, because I hate that. I hate it. I can't stand it, because you can't win. If you act like Floyd, they don't like you. If you act like Andre Ward, they don't like you. So it's kind of like you can't win for losing. And I heard that Shakur Stevenson apologized to Jamel here. And I really hate the fact that black fighters have to do that to get interest and draw interest in them. Because you never asked Manny Pacquiao to talk like that. You never asked Juan Manuel Marquez to talk like that. But you always want a black fighter to come up with some kind of character for you to be interested in him. You want him to either talk like he ain't got no sense. Oh, okay, yeah. I'm gonna send you something too. I'm gonna send you something when I get home too. So, But yeah, that's what be pissing me off, man. Because I seen this act with Floyd Mayweather, and I'm kind of exhausted from it. I don't want to see Shakur Stevenson turn it into the next Floyd Mayweather, where he displays something in between ignorance and lightweight coonery to get people to buy into his fights. the thing is with Andre Ward, like I said, they wanted him to do that same thing, and Andre Ward refused to do it, and he paid a stiff price for it. And they kind of want Terrence Crawford to do it. Terrence Crawford is a dude, he do all his talking in the ring. But Terrence Crawford, when the cameras is not rolling, Terrence Crawford is a funny dude, man. And I'll take a lot of pleasure in debunking that notion that people was putting out on Terrence Crawford that was just flat out lies about Terrence Crawford, that Terrence Crawford didn't mess with black media and all this kind of stuff. I took great pleasure in debunking that. And I enjoyed exposing some of these people that was putting out that BS on Terrence Crawford. Because Terrence Crawford sent my son a personal message. And I appreciated that. So I enjoyed, when I say I enjoyed debunking that was, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, that was one of my greatest pleasures in debunking that. When they was trying to make it look like Terrence Crawford didn't mess with black media and all this stuff, and he didn't do, but that was just something that was just getting put out by Errol Spence apologists. You know, or people with little man complexes that had a vendetta against Terrence Crawford because he wouldn't speak to them after the, and it was unjustly did. So I'm glad I debunked all that stuff because everybody knows I'm black. So, but nevertheless, but yeah. And they got a lot of other fights coming up. I might go to Phoenix. I gotta see what Magna Media is gonna do because I'm thinking about going to see David Benavidez fight. It's gonna be at the Footprint Arena, so I may go see that fight. And shout out to David Benavidez, man. I mess with the Benavidez tough because David Benavidez, every time that I've seen him, he's always giving me an interview. So like I said before, you stay loyal to the people that stay loyal to you. You show love to the people that show love to you. So I may go out there and support a David Benavidez, man. David Benavidez that did drops for my channel. He always gave me interviews whenever I requested them. So, I may go. But like I said, I'm getting prepared for a lot of big fights. Oh, Jose is cool too. Jose is real cool. I like them both. I like the father too. I like all of them. They good people. They good people. And Gabriel Flores is a good kid too. Cause I done went to I know Gabriel Flores is coming off a loss, but I think he'll bounce back. He'll be okay. He'll be okay. Nothing wrong with taking the L. He'll come back and be even better. So, at the end of the day, it happens. So, he a young kid, he'll be okay. So, yeah, but like I said, Saturday can't come soon enough. I saw Rolly. I talked to, you know what? I got to say this about Rolly. Whether you like Rolly or not, I will say this much. Rolly is another guy that always gives me interviews. So, and one thing about Rolly, he will give you a highlight reel one way or another. He expect the unexpected. That's all I can say with Rolly. Don't tell him what gonna come out his mouth. So just expect the unexpected whenever he talks. But he's gonna give you something. That's one thing I can say about the dude. Like I said, I'm not gonna pass judgment on him. I'm just gonna wait and see how this situation unfolds because I gotta just tell the truth. We live in a critical time now, where you have people that try to tell us how to think now, and you have people that try to play the guilt role. Because I just have to say this, as I'm playing this by ear. I'm not finna let no women's group bully me into convicted Rolly in a court of public opinion. I won't be bullied. Just like I wasn't bullied into voting for JoJo Biden and Cam, and Cam Harris, because Cam Harris is a quote unquote so-called, sometimes I'm black, sometimes I'm mixed, sometimes I'm East Indian, sometimes I don't know what I am. So I'm not gonna be bullied. I don't play them type of games. I'm not gonna let nobody intimidate me and shame me. Oh, you have to believe me. Need more proof. I'm like Jay-Z, we don't believe you. We need more people. So, as I said before, until Rolly is officially replaced, I'm going to assume he's going to be fighting Tank Sunday, December the 5th. Which, by the way, that is just puzzling that they having a pay-per-view on Sunday. And usually Sunday is a bad day for a pay-per-view because, okay, one, this fight is going to be in the West Coast. So if you in the East Coast and you work on Monday, more than likely the first bell is not going to ring. I mean, the first bell to start the fight isn't going to ring until around 9:10 p.m. midnight if you in the East Coast. So basically you have to stay up for an hour, and if you have to be at work at 7 o'clock in the morning, depending on where you are, that's kind of going to be a tough task. So that's why I don't understand why they put this fight on Sunday. I really don't. And I hope this ain't a new thing that they try to do with Tank, because this fight should have been on a Saturday. But at the end of the day, I'm not Floyd Mayweather. I'm not, I'm not, Al Heyman. But I am scratching my head why Sunday? And then not to mention you compete with Sunday Night Football. So that's another thing. And who's scheduled to play? Could somebody look up and see who's scheduled to play December the 5th, Sunday Night Football? So that's another thing. You could possibly be competing with, at least for a few minutes, Sunday Night Football. So that's why just weird. But whatever. All right, so last topic, and then I'm gonna end this stream. All right, so December the 18th. I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm curious and I'm interested in this fight, but I got a lot to say pertaining to this fight. The Niners and the Seahawks. Oh, wow. Russell Wilson could be back by the end. The 49ers got a lot of fans. They got a big fan base. That's going to be very interesting, to say the least. Because Sunday Night Football, I think kickoff is at about 5:30. So that would be like around 8:30. That would be around 8:30. Like I said, and the pay-per-view more than likely is going to start at 6 or 7. So you still even if you order the pay-per-view, it's still going to be clashing with Sunday Night Football. And more than likely, people are going to watch the whole game before they switch over. So that you might not get the pay, you might not have somebody order the actual pay-per-view till people are making their ring walks. Yeah, that's gonna be kind of tough. So that's why I don't understand why Floyd and Al Heyman is doing this. So it's gonna be curious. It's gonna be very curious to see. I'm curious to see how this is gonna pan out. Because keep in mind, when they did Fake Paul versus Tyron Woodley, it was preseason. But you doing a fight like towards the quarter end of the season, the last quarter of the season, the last 4 games. So like I said, I'm just interested to see how this is going to play out. All right, so December 18th, we got Fake Paul versus Tommy Fury. And I'm looking at this fight and trying to analyze this fight. In all likelihood, but Canelo ain't getting rid of Caleb Plant in 4 rounds. Hey, dude, stop it. You disrespected Caleb Plant. He better than that. This fight is gonna last at least 6 rounds. You making it look like Caleb Plant is a scrub or something, man. Come on, man, stop it. But nevertheless, in all likelihood, Tommy Fury should be a huge favorite to win this fight. But based off what you've been hearing about Jake Paul, where he's putting these stipulations in his contract to where he can knock you out, but you can't knock him out. So it makes you wonder, is this fight is going to be on the up and up? Because a lot of reports are starting to turn up that Jake Paul put in his contract with Tyron Woodley that Tyron Woodley could not knock him out. So you wondering, is Tommy Fury gonna do the same thing? Is Tommy Fury gonna, do the deep sea Jacques Cousteau? And you know what I mean by Jacques Cousteau. Well, some of y'all don't. That's, if you ain't in your late 30s or 40s, you ain't gonna know who Jacques Cousteau is, but he was a deep sea diver. So like I said before, if this fight is on the up and up, Tommy Fury should annihilate Fake Paul. And if he does lose, Tommy Fury should never fight again. If Tommy Fury takes a dive or he gets slept, he need to never fight again. His boxing career is over. Because all they gonna say is you lost to a YouTuber whose first 4 fights was against another YouTuber, a basketball player, two past their prime MMA fighters. I seen Ellie Setback. He put a video out. He was predicting that he going for Jake Paul. And Ellie is cool. Ellie and I was listening to Ellie's video and I'm like, come on, Ellie. You started to show, you know what I'm saying? You started to show that you being kind of biased. Now, in case you guys don't know, there's a long history between Ellie Setback and Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury doesn't like Ellie Setback. So, you looking at Ellie Setback, is this like his legitimate opinion? Or this is coming from, personal history? I heard Tyson Fury's dad say if Tommy Fury loses to Jake Paul, that they go tell him not to ever fight again. So his career is on the line. And I'm just looking at on paper that Tommy Fury should be able to mollywop Jake Paul. But you just never know. And I don't know if you guys know, which I'll talk about that later. They're saying that Tyson Fury is going to trade. He's going to trade Tommy Fury for this fight. So whatever Tyson Fury teaches Tommy Fury, it'll be via Sugar Hill. It'll be what he learned from Sugar Hill. And this fight is going to take place at a catch weight of 192 pounds. So Tyson Fury is getting involved because Tyson Fury is also going to help sell this fight. Now keep in mind, Tyson Fury, well, we know who Tyson Fury is. So he's going to be part of trying to sell this fight, part of the promotion, whether people like it or not. That's why he's going to be part of this fight. And like I said before, I'm just looking at this on paper. Tommy Fury should be able to put fake Paul on the stretcher. And Eddie Hearn said it himself. He said if Tommy Fury loses this fight, he need to change his name and he should never fight again. And that came out of the mouth of Eddie Hearn. But anyway, thanks for tapping in. I'll be back later. Gotta let this phone charge. I'm out.